We usually think of high intelligence as this incredible superpower, right? A gift that just lets you solve any problem and unlocks all this potential. But what if that gift also comes with a pretty significant weight? Today, we're going to dig into why having a powerful mind can sometimes feel less like a blessing and honestly more like a burden.
In this quote, wow, it just gets right to the heart of it. The idea here is that intelligence isn't just some tool for thinking. It's more like an amplifier for your entire experience of the world. It cranks up the volume on everything, the good, the bad, all of it, making it all feel way more vivid and intense.
I mean, does this sound familiar to you? That feeling of a hamster wheel in your brain that you just can't get off of, even when you're completely exhausted and all you want to do is rest? Yeah, that's not just you. Turns out it's a super common experience, and it's tied directly to how a highly active brain is wired.
So, what's actually going on under the hood here? What creates this feeling of an always-on brain? Well, it really boils down to a couple of core mechanisms.
Okay, so the first big concept is something called continuous processing, and it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. For some people, the brain just isn't designed with an easy-to-find off switch. It's built to constantly be taking in information, finding patterns, and analyzing what-ifs, whether you want it to or not. A really great way to picture this is to think of your brain as a car engine that literally never idles. Even when you're just trying to relax and watch a movie, that engine is humming in the background, always processing, always running, always burning fuel.
And all this constant mental activity, it leads directly to another really common challenge. This very specific and, let's be honest, often frustrating kind of perfectionism. And it's not just about wanting things to be tidy, it's something way deeper than that.
So the source material calls the root cause of this perfectionism clarity. Now clarity, that sounds like a good thing, doesn't it? But in this context, what it means is this almost high-definition ability to see the perfect version of something, the perfect report, the perfect conversation, before you even start. You can see it in your mind crystal clear. And here's the trap. It's just two simple steps. First, your mind creates this flawless, ideal outcome. Then, step two, the reality, which, can never be that perfect, feels like a letdown, or even a total failure in comparison. It's that gap between the vision and the reality, that's where all the anxiety and frustration lives.
So this whole process starts as a way of thinking, but it quickly turns into an emotional reality. Because when that intense awareness, that clarity, isn't pointed at a project but gets turned inward on yourself, well, it creates this incredibly powerful and relentless internal critic.
Think about this. High self-awareness is an amazing skill, but if it's missing this one crucial ingredient, self-compassion, it actually gets turned into a weapon against yourself. It becomes this internal judge who's always on duty, pointing out every single mistake and every flaw with that same high-definition clarity we were talking about.
And right here, you can see the two totally different paths. With self-compassion, that same powerful awareness becomes your guide. It helps you grow, learn from mistakes, and build resilience. But without it, that exact same trait fuels constant self-doubt, leads to that analysis paralysis where you can't make a move, and just creates this background hum of anxiety. It's the same engine, just driving in two completely opposite directions. Okay, so if this is all sounding a bit heavy, that's because it really can be. But here's the good news. Just understanding the mechanism is the first step to changing your relationship with it. It's about reframing this weight, not trying to get rid of it entirely. So the solution here isn't to try to be less smart or less aware. I mean, that's impossible, right? The real work is in learning to be more compassionate with what your powerful mind shows you. It's about learning to be kind to that internal judge and seeing that gap between the ideal and the real, not as a failure, but as the space where life and learning and growth actually happen.
Which really leaves us with this one last question to think about. If your intelligence is a powerful tool, let's say it's a hammer, the question is never, how do I get rid of this hammer? The question is always, what am I choosing to build with it? Are you using it to construct a more resilient, more understanding version of yourself, or are you using it to chip away at your own foundation? The choice, in the end, is yours.